So this has been happening. I did do some work up here, but we're getting a lot of golems. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them down there. And that's actually one of the lower periods we've been having. But yeah, I did some work up here just because the place was pretty messy and I had to come up. I was coming up here fairly often. But if we go down here, I need to close that off, there's zombies in there still. I've been doing some work in the lobby. Just because the lobby, as it stands, is probably going to lead to a lot of our areas. And before I forget, welcome back to Nether Expedition, episode 10. Today, we are going to be mostly focusing on the gold farm. It still take ages to get down there. I really wish we had some water to wash them in. But alas, we don't. So, Martin's new place. He's still got his Easter residence, which he really likes there. He's got his own private bathroom. Very nice. His own living area. Also very nice. He's got his own crafting table. Doesn't make much, because it didn't collect much, but oh well. And his own little study, where he seems to enjoy standing on this table. I don't know why, but he does. Hey, there were some doors in here, but I think that might have added to the whole golem frenzy up there. So I took them out. I also changed this over to half slabs so that we can actually sprint up them now, which gives us a lot more speed. Not much has changed in the blaze farm. I just mostly been working on some little, some small home improvements. But let's quickly head over to our to-do list wall and see what we have on the dock. Where's Walter go? Ah. He really loves those trees. Yep, I really don't know what it is about that particular tree farm, but he really just loves wandering in and out of it. Okay, so, build a gold farm. I also have this other idea we have, which is build a mushroom farm, which is a fairly wise idea, because mushrooms do grow in the Nether. We have just almost 2 stacks of red and a little over a stack and a quarter or so of brown mushrooms. But mushroom soup is a very good food supply, and you can also have basically a stack of it, like 64 of them in your inventory, or just by carrying around the materials. Now I have a spot picked out for our gold farm. It's basically where I've been mining out a lot of the nether brick that we've been using for different projects. I believe it might be down here. Not 100% on it. No. Ah, right, down here. Okay, so this is the area that I've already mined out. And down there is one of the structural supports for the fortress. Down there is another one, but we can probably get rid of that as well. And it's right over a lava field, as a lot of the fortress is. But there isn't really much of an empty space up here, so... Hang on, just check. 1 sec. No, we are actually on easy. That's interesting. If I dig down here... There, we can probably start spotting it. Yep. There we are. Small floating island there, but lava field otherwise. Which is... bloomin' dangerous. I mean, I'm probably going to suffer quite a bit for digging this place out. I'm just going to dig a quick spiral around the core here, so we can start moving down. But our main problem that we're going to have around here is ghast, by far, because there isn't really much room to run, as you may notice. If they start throwing fireballs at us, I pretty much have to meet them head on and hope that they don't hit anything near me. And over there is our blaze farm, so we are building fairly close to our stuff. But the way a gold farm works is you have zombie pigmen who drop golden nuggets and the occasional rare item, and you hit one of them, and all of them within a few chunks basically decide that you're evil and they're going to hurt you. I guess they must have a strong sense of racial prejudice. And for that gives us an advantage, because they still run on... Oh, that's the sound of a guest. They still run on the very old AI code that I believe Notch wrote. And that means that their pathfinding does not factor in a straight drop. So we can just have a quick... We can have like a little platform for us to stand in, and then we can just have them run right off the edge of a small artificial cliff, and they'll fall to their dooms and drop. Which is very handy for us. So I'm just going to go quickly get some more materials. And I'm going to go down to the base and add ourselves a nice platform, which will be where the drops end up, and will be where we can pick up our loot. And it's also going to be very helpful in the course of building this whole thing. A quick supply note. We've been getting a lot of iron from the golems going absolutely nuts. I managed to get a new sword from the zombie pigmen, and we've even got 9 blocks of gold now. So if we happen to stick around for 1.3, we will actually be able to craft a a super golden apple, I guess. And that will give us some fire resistance for a while. So that will be lovely. Thank you, Jeb, I guess. Although it's also Jeb who's the reason I'm going to have to change over the Iron Golem farm just a touch, because he made wooden slabs flammable. Moan, 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 whinge, 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 I suppose. That. Yep, lots of nether brick. I'm just going to make a quick, a fairly simplistic little piece over there, just so I can actually potentially not fall in lava. Maybe not directly avoid death. I've been having, just as a quick aside, I've been having zombies spawn inside here a fair bit, where the golems have just been taking care of them. But I've been having them also spawn... Hello, Steam. I've been having them spawn inside of the chambers as well, so I'm considering luring golems into there, just as a security force. If you remember our one tremendously traumatized golem that was in there a while back, that's kind of what I'm thinking we might need to do. Because the zombies will spawn anywhere. Like, I think half of them actually manage to spawn in in solid blocks. Okay. Oh, I hate walking like this. The slightest bad motion and I'm doomed. Now, we're pretty lucky actually, because we can use the nether brick and ghast will not be able to destroy it, as opposed to the nether rack, which makes up most of the nether. But on the other hand, the more of it that we remove from the actual main fortress structure, as you saw around the lobby, the more area there is for ghast to spawn. And I've actually been discussing this with Sankhan as to what the actual spawn conditions required for ghast are, because the wiki, which he's a strong proponent of, says that they can only spawn on flat ground, even though they're flying creatures. Oh, getting very close now. But quite recently, in fact, I've had them spawn inside the fortress. In fact, the most recent example, they decided to somehow spawn inside of the Iron Golem farm and set half the place on fire. I don't know what they were attacking at the time, because they certainly couldn't see me. But fire it went. Right. Let's build this around here. I'm just going to ring around here a few times. I don't know how deep this lava is, but it will not take much to kill me. I should probably have made some new armor on that note, actually. In fact, I maybe should have made a couple of normal golden apples before I came to do this, because they will give me some regen. Not much, but maybe enough to hold off the fire damage, at least. Probably going to do this out to about 4 or 5 blocks from the main column, just to make sure I have some reasonable breathing room. And then we'll put a fence around it, just so that I don't wander off the edge somehow. Like sticky keys. Sticky keys are apparently a problem again. Which has been the bane of my existence quite a bit when I was making larger structures in the past. Because you're really high up, you're on an edge, you're holding shift like a mofo right now, and then for some reason either your shift gives up or your keys just stick and you decide to start running headlong in one direction, be it backwards or right or whatever. And there used to be tricks to actually intentionally cause it, which was very handy for like automatic mining, basically. You just get your keys stuck going forward and then just hold down left mouse. Okay. But it's a huge problem when you're working in dangerous situations, like at the tops of cliffs, or in this particular case, right over lava. Looks like I'm going to have to partially demolish this strut as well. 1, 2, 3, yeah. Sidecarn has also been giving me a hand on the Blaze farm, because it currently has no capacity to grind. And the main way that we can really grind anything in the Nether at the moment is by use of minecarts and having them basically just suffocate inside of a block. But minecarts are best when you have redstone, which is really a done statement, really. But if you have redstone, you can make, even if you just use even if it's just redstone in the crafting, you can make powered rails. And if we had powered rails, we could make them go in a loop continually and just keep picking up blaze and bashing them into walls and stuff. Which threw together a rather hilarious image, because just while I was testing, I had one be coming out in the minecart, going towards, banging into a wall, and then going backwards and forwards. Hilarious thing to watch. Okay. Alright, let's contact this strut while we're at this anyway. Hello again, Mr. Blonde on Blonde. I was discussing this recently while playing some TF2, actually, that I really wish you could add nicknames to Steam friends, like you can with, say, Skype, because people on Steam and a few people on Skype as well change their names a lot. It's like Steam has this thing where you can view aliases, but it'd be nice if we could actually just name them, like Justicar Brancher XX5 is Jerry from work, or Dude X7 Sniper Shot is Gerald from accounting or something. It's just, it would make it a lot easier. It's fun that people can actually, like, choose their own name at a whim, but it would be really nice if we could actually have some way of keeping them straight. Because I just lose track of people very easily that way. Okay, let's start digging down the core here so I can actually get a ladder in. I shouldn't be able to... I don't know if zombie pigmen can use ladders, but they should be dead by the time they hit the ground anyway. And then we need to actually count how far it will take for them to die instantaneously, which we'll probably drop over into my test world for. Right. Digging straight down. Would be dangerous if I hadn't just made a huge platform near the lava. Unfortunately, this gives us a nice protected core. It may take a little bit of pulling. Yep, there we go, but I'm fine. Oh, actually, I am quite starving. Let's go get some food and some ladders. Unfortunately, we've actually just missed a lovely piece of rain and thunderstorm around here. Not in the Nether, I mean in real life. Can't have thunderstorms in the Nether, everything's already on fire. But yeah, I was sure that was going to come across... Whoa! Oh god, that's why I don't like that. I was sure it was going to come across pretty clearly on the microphone, so I was hoping I would actually have some somewhat hellish pseudo-Frankenstein Dracula, I guess, noises coming across on the microphone, but alas, alas. I suppose I'll have to save that for another day. Well, now I actually have to be careful on this. God. I have 25 apples and several blocks of gold. I'm gonna make some apples. Make some golden apples while I'm up here. Okay, we're back up here. Here. Phew. And so far, so good. We haven't had any gas turn up. I can't sprint like this, so we're gonna have to take a reasonable walk. No, I haven't joined that up yet. Yeah, I took out one of the walls that was along here, just to open this area up a bit. I'm not sure exactly if ghast can spawn in this space, because the wiki says that they need a 3x3 space, but I'm sure I've read many a time before that they actually need a 5x5. Second and I have been testing that out. We've made different MC-edited versions of different worlds to try and figure out exactly what their spawning conditions are, but it seems... They have a... According to the code, they have a 1 in 20 chance of spawning anytime that they could spawn. It's like, I think the Iron Golems have like a 1 in 2,000 chance. But, that makes it kind of hard to test them, because you'll have to wait for hours, basically. This is a bit of a waste of okay. And some apples. We're not going to make all of the golden apples, but we're going to make some apples nonetheless. Alright, I'm thinking of bars. Okay, so that's 2. Two nice golden apples. And they stack. Lovely. I don't think I can turn this back to golden crafting table, can I? Oh no, apparently I can. Huh. It has been so long since I've had to use blocks. I'm just using it as a storage medium at the moment. Okay, that's 9 more apples there. Which we can actually afford, so we might as well. Yep, cleared it up. Bunch of gold. Let's pop these back. Right, and let's grab some food to go. Okay. And yes, the ladders. Before I forget. I made a bunch. I've been massively overestimating how much I'll need. I really should be counting more. I really want to sort this staircase out of it. That's something for later, I think. Yeah, I've got these little holes here in the tiles just so that I can actually see what's happening and see which ones zombies have decided to spawn in. The tiles serve most, the slabs, I mean, serve most beneficially to stop golems from spawning up there, like Walter originally did. And we have some company, but my sword is almost broken. Shame. Actually, might see if any have spawned down here at all. Okay, get our ladders out. There is a trick where you can basically just go completely straight down, but I am not good at I'm not good at that trick, so we shall not be attempting it as yet. Well, actually, we can probably survive this fall. Hey. Whoa. Yeah, just. Ow. I swear, the thing that's going to end up killing me in this series is falling damage. Right, that gives us a nice little route. One that does not involve me dying. Suck it, gravity. Okay, so now let's get rid of this extraneous nether brick. The less space that we dedicate to a stairwell, the more space that we can just have them spawning. And we're probably going to have to cover this bottom part in slabs as well, just to make sure that they don't start spawning down here, which somewhat defeats the point. Okay, and then we basically just need to put up different levels of this same stuff, this kind of same piece up here, but with kind of a circular point where they can just fall down. But first we're going to have to try and find out how many blocks it takes for them to die instantaneously, so I'm just going to go meet you over into my test world and see if we can do some calculations. So I shall see you in a moment. Okay, and welcome back to my test world. So, a few facts about fall damage. Firstly, fall damage is calculated as the number of blocks that you fall minus 3. Remember, 1 heart counts as 2 health. So half a heart is, well, 1 full heart is 5 blocks. I've miswritten that. But half a heart is 4. A player's full health, then, is 23 blocks of height for falling damage. A player has 20 health, and so does a zombie pigman. Funky sign. Right. So with that in mind, here we have this very quick and simple little diving board series, I guess. We've got 1 for 10 blocks of falling, 1 for 20, 1 for 23, our supposed magic number, and 1 very excessive one up here at 30. So, we should expect to see then, if this is correct, that any zombie pigmen that fall from this height or lower will survive. If they fall from the 21, they should have about 3 punches left. So, an interesting little thing here. Zombie pigmen are a little bit picky about when they want to charge off an edge. See if he'll demonstrate. Yep. So he's not jumping off now, but if I walk over here, and I don't proceed to send him to Kingdom Come, right. It seems to be they will only do it if you're at an angle to them. I don't know why this is, but it apparently is. Okay, so next on, down to 23. You can see he quite happily died down here. Yep. So, 23. This will be the minimum from our topmost layer. Okay. Whoop. Problem with testing as well. Oh, there he goes. Yeah, he died. I've staggered these little standing points just so they don't land on one below, but I didn't do it for up there because I've got this big sand pillar in the middle. Okay, you gonna fall off? No? Come on. You know you want to. It's a nice, lovely drop. There's lava down there, I swear. No? So you're just being annoying then. Well, that's okay. We have ways of dealing with that. There we go. And he has survived. Now, snowballs deal no damage, which is why I'm using them, so he should have 3 health left. Yep. And, of course, he'll survive from here, because I'd survive from here. 10 blocks. No? Come on. Very picky. I'm going to see if I can figure out what exactly is causing this interesting pathing behavior. Yep. Let's see, for that he should have 13 hearts left, so that should be 13 punches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Mild miscount on my part. Okay. But we saw from 23 that they were dying. Now we can try and just nail it down a little bit more, but we're not exactly lacking in full space in the Nether. So the one thing I am going to try and work on is figuring out how best to have them all charge me when I'm stood in this one spot. So first let's try this, just see if this is increasing the odds at all. No? Interesting. Okay, I'm going to play around with this for a little bit more and see what I can find out. Okay, and welcome back. So, what I've basically come up with is this. And is I've got this big long stick, sort of, that's going into that kind of saucer. And we climb up here on the ladder. Up to the top here. Any moment now. It is a bit of a tall climb. 23 blocks. And up here we have where the spawning pads would be, basically. It just keeps going up and up and up. And they don't have much room, but I could probably expand this. And the problem that I've noticed for them is that they have trouble telling when a block that they are crossing at a diagonal is empty. And what that means is I can hit one of these guys. With this big circle, they have basically no idea that they're walking into a void. And consequently that means they fall off. Now I've seen, I had to look around at some other designs just to see if anyone encountered the same problem. And it seems like this is very similar to a design done by Generic B. Except Generic B had the inside of this ring covered in signs. And that's due to an old bug where mobs would not recognize signs as non-solid blocks and would attempt to walk on top of them. But I don't believe that actually works anymore. But now, for zombie pigmen, this seems more or less okay. I've had a couple of guys decide that jumping off the edge was a bad idea, but I can then pretty much just hit them or shuffle about on top of this half slab as much as I like. And this this ladder setup reminds me of I think it's Ladder Wars that the Minecraft guys like to play. And I believe they had that on their fan server. But, yeah, hopefully I don't manage to fall to my death, but hey, we're not that far from spawn. Well, actually, we're quite a ways from spawn. I'm not far away from spawn here, because it's right over there. But, in the Nether, I'm quite a ways. But hopefully I'll not manage to fall to my death. We shall see. Having some kind of... having vines would be fantastic. I could make a landing point, land the bomb there. But alas. Okay, so we're going to hop back into the Nether, and we're going to count up 23 blocks from the ground and see about getting the start of our first pad up. Okay, so I shall see you back there. Okay, so welcome back. And now we need to count up 23 blocks from the ground, including the point that we're standing on. Because we can raise a block there. That's because we're counting from my, I believe it's either from my head or my feet, we'll see. Okay, so we're at 33 plus 23 is 56. So block 56 is what we're looking for up here. 45, 50, 56. Right. So let's just dig out a point where we can stand. Okay, so this should be full central for them. So let's just clear out some space so I can move around a little bit. Just a little, I don't need to move that much. Okay. And now we need this to be... it's about 3 blocks out. And I'm going to keep this to this 2 block above. Which will hopefully prevent them from jumping around and attempting to hit the ladder. Okay, so 3 blocks out from the ladder, just in case they try to grab onto it. I thought I saw something green over there for a moment, but it's actually just lava. It's actually just lava falling in. Okay, 3 again. Turn that off now. Gonna have to get rid of that floaty peninsula thing over there. It's interesting. Okay, that's an interesting place to hold a party. Whoop, where's that? Yeah, I can hear you. I think he's a ways away. Entities will load in the distance faster than the land will, but I don't see anything big and white over there. So I think we're okay for the moment. Watch as I then proceed to get blasted into Kingdom Come, but we'll see. Okay, so that's 1, 2. This would be the 3rd. And 2 blocks for that pad. I'm probably going to do a lot of this off camera because it's going to get, well, it's nerve-wracking for me right now because I know I'm at lethal height, but it's probably going to get very dull for you guys watching. Just me counting to myself over and over. And occasionally doing that. If the gas shows up, we're on solid ground, so we shouldn't need to worry about that much. And if worse comes to worse, I can try and grab for the ladder. And because we're building this in a support strut of the fortress, thankfully Minecraft doesn't have physics much. This will actually pretty much build itself. We'll just tear out the strut and build what we actually need. Okay, I'm still not seeing any ghast. Good sign, good sign. Yep. That's quite a drop, isn't it? It did not look so substantial when we were in the test world. Then again, it also wasn't bottomed with lava in the test world. Right, I'm just going to quickly go away and sort out how to draw the circle here. So, one moment. Okay, so I've got the circle worked out, and I've mirrored it above, and I've set this out a little bit more. I've got a nice little voxel circle map on my other screen at the moment, and that ghast hasn't gone away, but I've still no idea where they are. It's very strange. I love that ripple effect that you get from the mip mapping. I guess that's another phrase I'll have to explain. Mip mapping, in terms of game design, is blurring textures at a distance, basically. Because if you don't, you get that. And there is actually a setting inside of Optifine to increase or decrease the mip mapping extent, I guess. Might be by distance, I'm not sure. But if you blur a texture as it gets further away from the player, it maintains most of its distinction. It doesn't cause that that effect. But if you do it badly, in short, I'm gonna need more. Get off. Gonna need more nether brick. So let's try digging out another piece here. Let's not dig out a piece that we're probably going to need to stand on. I'm okay. more or less. Okay, so yeah, I could turn that up, but then it would make things look actually kind of weird in Minecraft. It makes things look It sounds weird to say this thinking about what I'm talking about, but it makes things look a bit too blocky. But I'll turn it up and see. Let's see, bitmap 4 back. Okay, for that to come up again, and you see how the texture just kind of vanishes in the distance there. It just becomes like a solid color. Yeah, that's what mip-mapping does, if you have it too high. So, it also doesn't really impact performance to have it like this, and there's a zombie pigman on my roof. Lovely. But, yeah, that's what happens if you turn mip-mapping way up. You get rid of the rippling effect, but you also cause this weird, after a point it has no texture kind of effect. So, let's turn that back down, shall we? I just like to have it 1, that does well enough, really. Okay. Gonna have to get rid of this column completely after a while, or else the pigmen might land on it and they'll alter their damage when they hit the ground. Silence! I want to have some railing up here for a bit. As much as I do trust my my shift key, I'd rather it not be the thing between me and death. Fiery, painful. Well, actually, in this case, it'll be... I know it might actually still be fiery, painful death. I was gonna say it might actually just be gravity assisted. But who knows? Who knows? We're going to build this at least as high as that corridor. Because of the corridor, we're going to line it with half slabs so that nothing spawns there. And that should restrict them all to down here. Oh, no blocks again. Okay, let's go this route, shall we? And there's one spawn down there. We need to line that with half slabs at some point as well. Although those are going to be flammable soon, so I'm not sure how effective it'll prove to be. I guess we'll find out. We could terminate it to knock him into lava, but they're immune to fire, so wouldn't be much point. And we're probably going to want to put a box around down here as well. Just so we can collect our drops without gas shooting at us much. Ah, a rare drop, a nugget, and some food. Lovely. Thank you kindly. Okay, back up. Should be enough to finish off this layer, and then I'll probably call it a day, I think. It's a fair bit of work done. And I'm not entirely sure how I feel about repeating this over and over on camera. I imagine that will get quite dull. Then again, I have heard people actually enjoy watching me test my luck with gravity and whatnot. Well, that was when we were securing the blaze farm. So what people will think of that next time, I don't know. So I'm going to get some work done here. I'm going to check how much time I might have at the end of that, and if this is the end of the episode, well, I shall see you next time. If not, I shall see you in a moment. But either way, see you in a bit. Okay, so we've still got a little bit of time today. So I've got a bit of progress done. We've got the ladder going up here. I've started work on a new layer. Finished this one. I'm going to be extending the edges outwards more, so that much more of them spawn. But we've already got some down here, where evidently I'm in dire requirement of putting half slabs. Now the ones that are on that little island over there seem to have vanished, and we still haven't seen that elusive ghast. But more's the better, I guess. Okay, so that is it for today. Hello there. I will see you next time. I think we might be doing more work on that gold farm, or we might be See, we might be having to kill some villagers if the golems have gone crazy still. Let's just go and see how they're doing before we close off the episode, I think. Oh, that's not a good sound. I hear zombies over here. Holy. No. No, it's usually over on that side where they decide to show up. Nope. That's not those from a nearby cabin. Nope. Nope. Crud, what the hell? I swear they just like to randomly attack things every now and then. I don't know why. Sounds like... Whoop. Yep, they're over here, mingling with the natives. Nope. Nope. You're over here. I don't know because I'm seeing doors. Okay, well, I guess we'll close this off with some zombie action, and then we'll have to see those. I think the number of golems is getting a bit still managing to hold them off, obviously. Speak to two. Last one. There. I'm thinking I should probably close this area off a bit, but they would only spawn in there anyway. It looks like if there's any inside of the actual golem spawning pit. Jeez, that's a lot of golems. I hope that sorts itself out by the next episode. Oh, Walter has returned from the tree farm for once. Lovely. Oh boy, there's a few in there. You're not fleeing anything, are you? I always have to come in here and check that we haven't got a Martin. No, bad pig bad. Do not release Martin. Because then it'll take me 5 hours to get him back in. Okay, that looks like we've got about 3 of them here. That's fairly usual, which is terrifying with the people that are above. Okay, so I shall see you all next time. Where these guys might be meeting their final days. We shall see.